Are you trying to come up with the perfect lead magnet to attract your most amazing customer onto your email list? Well, how about if I give you 50 different ideas that will help you grow your email list? These are lead magnets because here's the thing about a lead magnet. Most of us do free reports. That's all we think about. But there are so many other things that you can give away to get people onto your email list that are so much better than just a free report. So I'm going to give you 50 of them. Objectives here. Number one, they need to be quick and easy to create. So this is not, you go spend 95 hours, you spend 3 weeks. This is ideally you're spending 2 to 5 hours total doing the whole thing. Number two, they ought to be high value, something that people really, really want, that they will be willing to give you their email address to be able to get. Number three, ideally I want them to be unique, something that not everyone in your competitive set is giving away, so that you can attract people who maybe have signed up for everybody else's program and don't want just the same thing again from somebody else. And ideally, these are things that help them want more from you, so they'll buy more from you in the future. Okay, here we go. 50 of them. Oh, by the way, if you stick to the end, I'm going to show you another resource that'll give you very, very specific ideas for your specific market that's going to blow you away. So stick around all the way to the end. All right. So number one is a free report. I told you I was going to tell you about that. So free reports, they're good things. All right. Next, a video training. So realize a video training oftentimes can do things that a free report can't get, especially because if you give a good video training, they start to buy into you. They start seeing you as opposed to just this thing they have to read. And that can be oftentimes much more effective, especially in getting them to buy more from you in the future than just a report. And by the way, you can give video trainings with or without a handout. So if you say, hey, a video training plus a handout that helps you to be able to do this, that's even more valuable than just a video training. Next, how about a printable planner? So there are so many different kinds of printable planners that you can do out there. You know, there's health planners, there's daytime planners, there's to-do lists, there are packing planners, and there's Thanksgiving planners, and there's gift buying planners, and there's... Just go Google planner and you'll see that there are thousands of different kinds of planners, and there's many templates that you can buy and just plug your own data into it without having to do the work, and you can create a planner very quickly and very easily. How about a printable chart? So let's say you work with children. How about parents of children? How about a chore chart? Or let's say you work with busy moms. How about a cleaning chart that gives them, okay, here's everything you should clean, daily, weekly, once a month, and it's something they can check off. How about a reward chart that either their children can use or they can use to reward themselves once they get to a certain point? How about a printable checklist? So first off, I am not a big fan of checklists as a lead magnet. And the main reason why is most checklists, when you get them, are a single piece of paper. It's a printable piece of paper with 5 things that you look at and you go, man, that's obvious. But if you can take a printable checklist and actually give them information that they really want and need, now all of a sudden this printable checklist has taken on a whole new life and it becomes incredibly valuable. So how about this? How about a packing list for a trip, actually with things in there and then blank lines for them to do. So, hey, they're going to forget their first aid kit. They're going to forget that, there's a whole bunch of things they're going to forget. That ought to be on that list. How about a 102-point SEO checklist and they want to go do an SEO review of their website? How about a checklist of supplements? So maybe it's a checklist of, hey, you got this symptom, here's this supplement, whatever that might be. All right. How about Canva templates to do all of the above? Okay, Canva templates are a hot market right now. Many people are selling them. How about if you create one and give it away to enable people to create beautiful things for things that they want. Everything from party invitations to printable planners, all the things we just talked about. While we're on the subject of templates, how about a social media graphics template? So something that gives them, okay, here's the boho look, here's these 16 different things that you can use, and just drop your headline and your one thing into it, and you've got yourself an Instagram post or whatever that is, okay? Very hot. Obviously, there's a discount coupon, especially if you're doing e-commerce of any kind. This is oftentimes the best way to get somebody onto your list because you haven't got a whole bunch of information normally that people are expecting. So a discount coupon is a great way to do this. How about a free consultation? Maybe with you, maybe with someone on your staff. Ability to opt in to get a free consultation. How about AI prompts? Okay, so there are thousands of people giving away packs of 300 AI prompts to figure out anything. Well, what if you took and you just said, what do my people need? And create 10 AI prompts that give them what they need. Not generic ones, but specific ones to the needs they have. Okay? Can you see how this could be powerful? And this is literally 2 hours work and you're done. You could get people to sign up for a challenge. A challenge actually is a lead magnet. Or you could get people to sign up for a course. Now I'm going to warn you for just a moment. A course was very popular 10 years ago. Now, giving away a course as a lead magnet is much less popular just because of the amount of work it takes for them to consume that course. Just be aware of that. But a course can still be very valuable. You just have to figure out the best way to position it. How about a quiz? Be warned, quizzes oftentimes fill your list with non-buyers. And so be a little bit careful with just doing a quiz. There are so many people who just want to do a love quiz or something like that. They're not interested in ever buying what you have to sell, which is the reason why I recommend number 15, an assessment. An assessment is like a quiz that at the end of it, it tells them you are a blank. And it's got meanings and it's got things you can do because you are a blank. So it becomes not just a quiz, but it becomes something that actually becomes incredibly valuable to them because it's giving them information, an assessment. The holes in your business, what personality type, what symptomology may indicate what your needs are for physical health. All those different kinds of things can be turned into an assessment, and that can be way, way more valuable than just a quiz. How about a membership? Okay, so we think about selling memberships. What if you gave away a free membership where when they come, here's all this free stuff. And by the way, there's some boxes in there that are grayed out. When they click, it takes them to a sales page that enables them to buy that thing. How about a free sample of what it is that you sell, whatever that is? It seems to work for Costco. Maybe you should try it. How about a demonstration of your product? So either turn it into, you take what you do and figure out how can I create a demonstration of this? Obviously, if it's software, you can cripple it or you can make it be available for free for X number of days. But if, let's say you got a course, maybe you give them a mini version of the course or something like that. I'm not a huge fan of giving them module 1 of the course, but you could give them module 0 or a couple of the bonuses that lead into that course as samples or as demos of what you do. Hey, a summit is a lead magnet. So offering a summit does the same thing. A giveaway, sign up to receive this blank. Now, ideally, realize, by the way, there are people out there who make their entire living signing up for people's giveaways. Why? When they get them, they sell them on eBay. And so you probably don't want to give away an iPad or a trip to Cancun or something like that because those are generic and can be sold on eBay for a bunch. What you really want to do is choose a giveaway that's something that your audience really wants and only your audience really wants it. So somebody looking from the outside says, well, that's not worth anything on eBay. I'm not even going to sign up for it. Giveaways probably won't build you the best buyer list, but they are a possibility. How about a Q&A session? Maybe an Ask Me Anything or a call that's done on Wednesday night. Come in and I'm going to give you questions and answers on the best way to lose weight, or whatever it is that you do. You're going to come in and give anyone who wants to come in on that call access to be able to ask you questions. How about a brainstorming session where you're going to get a group of their peers together, people who are all interested in this particular topic, and you're going to brainstorm together how to achieve the solutions to the problems that they have. That can be really fun and really interesting, and it could even turn into a mastermind program long term. How about DFY design, done for you design? So this works especially well if you've come up with some way to automate the design system. But think about this. How about a logo? With AI now, there are AI logo generation tools. So you can offer somebody, hey, we'll give you 5 options for your logo. Simply sign up here. And then you have somebody in the background putting that into that program, and it sends out 5 different versions of the design. Okay. Or how about we've got this program that can develop a DIY landing page, 1-page landing page, or a web page, or a flyer. Sounds a little bit like Canva, but those kinds of things could be done. Obviously, there's a newsletter. We talk, many people are running a newsletter, and very frankly, newsletters are great lead magnets. How about a SOP, a standard operating procedure? So let's say when somebody needs to do something, they don't know how to do it. It's maybe hard to do, or maybe one of those things is pretty confusing and you don't know if you're doing it right. You can sell your internal standard operating procedures. My system for setting up a new Facebook ad, my system for going live on Facebook, my system for X. All those are things that could be given away or sold. Okay. How about a flow chart? Something that's complex enough that maybe you give them a flow chart with instructions on how to do it. And so it makes it easier for them to do that thing. How about this? Let's say you're an interior designer. How about if you give them some color palettes or clothing or any kinds of things where website design, any kind of design area, there are so many color palettes out there, and they can be, and when you're looking to design something new, and one of the first places you go is, hey, what color palette should I use to do this? Maybe you make that your opt-in incentive. Obviously, if you got the ability to do a software program, this can be a great thing to give away. All right, what about patterns? So if you're in the quilting business or the sewing business or the crafts business or the woodworking business, or there's so many different things where people want a pattern, or maybe it's even a pattern for a website or a sales page or something like that. Next, specific instructions to do X. So I'll just tell you, I actually signed up for this very thing just last week. I was looking, Google Analytics 4 has got some new capabilities to do some things. I saw somebody giving away the ability to build this one certain report, and I looked at it and I said, that'll take me 3 hours to figure out how to do. I can just give them my email address, and they gave me literally screenshot, click here, screenshot, click here, screenshot, type this here. And by the time I was done with 22 steps, I had that report. It was amazing. Great example of specific instructions on how to do X. Now, one of the problems of doing that is what happens when Google Analytics changes it. You have to redo it, but it can still be a very powerful thing. How about a guided meditation if you're in that world, or a guided hypnosis if you're in that world? How about scripts? So it can be a sales script, or how to bring up overspending on the credit card with your spouse or partner, or how to deal with what to say in the conversation you got to have with your teenager about coming home on time to meet your deadline and what time they need to be home. All those things are things that people are very scared of having. You give them a script, man, that's worth putting my email address in. How about some flashcards? Especially if there is something like a certification or a program or some test they need to pass, giving them flashcards so they can do that. Or even like mathematics or language or anything else like that. How about a study guide or tracker? In the religious market, this is really, really big. So a Bible study guide or a study tracker when you've got something, or a Shakespeare class. So something that people are going to study over time, giving them that study guide that not only tells them what to study, but even maybe tells them what those things mean when they get there. What in the world did Shakespeare mean when he said this? All those can be valuable. Hey, I'm only on number 35. How about puzzles and games? If you're working with family, if you're working with Alzheimer's, you're working with anything that where a puzzle and game can be valuable. You know, if you work with parents of kids, and here's a set of road trip games for the summer. Okay. How about notes? So I was thinking about this the other day. You're in the nursing program. Here's your notes for the anatomy class. Here's your notes for the, all the different classes that they need. Law notes, financial planning. Any place where someone has to take a test or a certification, you can give away or sell notes to help them prepare for those things. Language, by the way, is another place to do notes. Okay, how about a self-assessment? For example, what's your leadership style? How good are you at handling difficult conversations? Those kinds of things. The assessments that you did in software a number of slides ago, you can also do in print. So they're taking that self-assessment, one of the most powerful self-assessments I've ever done. Jay Abraham did a self-assessment on marketing in your business. It was like 18 pages. And by page 3, you are clearly saying, I got a lot of work to do if I want to run a decent marketing business. And it absolutely helped sell his services and his teachings from there, because you knew in that self-assessment, 3 pages in, you know that you're nowhere close to where you could be. How about a symptom tracker? So a lot of people who are struggling with something that's not consistently persistent, but shows up from time to time, they need something that they can just call up and put a check in, and so they can walk into their doctor and say, okay, this showed up last Thursday, and here was what the effect was, and it happened again last Saturday, or something like that. Or how oftentimes do you experience this during the day? All those symptom tracker elements. I know I can speak. Okay, number 39. How about a presentation template? So there's so many different presentation templates that could be given to teach a class, to make a pitch to investors, to show your business plan to a banker. All those kinds of presentation templates are opportunities. By the way, a really good way to think about this is anything that anyone sells, you could give away free in exchange for an email address. And there's huge markets, multi-million dollar markets in presentation templates right now. Here's another one, spreadsheets. There are so many spreadsheet templates that you could do to help people track their day, to do habit trackers, to do track their finances, track their budgets, do a snowball effect in eliminating debt. All those elements, or docs or Word templates. So here's a memo, here's a timesheet, here's a contract. Here's by the way, if you're in the legal field, contract templates could be really big. Okay. How about a motivational poster? So if your customer are people that run a business, a motivational poster, the kinds that we've seen everywhere with eagles flying and things like that, you could do that. Or you could do it for human beings that live in homes. You got teenagers? Need any motivation for them? Okay, so here's some motivational posters for your home or for you. Okay. Let's say you're an artist, a musical artist. Maybe you could give them some background study music or some meditation music or something like that. Here's one of my favorites. Give them a best books list. Here's my list of the 25 books you should read this year to help you to blank. Okay. Habit tracker, I mentioned that before, can be incredibly valuable for many different people. How about an invitation template? So if people are going to do a wedding, a birthday party, seems like birthdays are pretty predictable. They happen every year on that same day. And every year someone needs to have some kind of template to figure out how to invite friends over to do that. You can give that away. How about your morning routine or a ideal morning routine? Maybe you have you're giving away, here's what my recommended morning routine is for you. How about a sticker sheet? So this can work with kids, it can work with adults, it can work for all kinds of things. It can work for a sticker sheet for packing to move, a sticker sheet for getting ready to go on a trip. Lots of different things you could do with sticker sheets. How about a health program? So a weight loss program, an abs building program, diabetes sugar reduction program. So many different things there. And something physical that you mail. Oh, wait a minute, Don, I don't ever want to do that. Well, maybe you do. Because if you can get their mailing address and it costs you less than $2 to get that, that can often turn into significantly higher than that sales of other goods, services, physical products, digital products, all kinds of things like that. Never totally rule out that I'm going to mail you something physically. Think about the get this book for a penny, get this book for free, free plus shipping and handling. All those kinds of things are part of this. So I just gave you 50 ideas. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments. But there are so many more. I promised you that I would show you a place that'll give you specific ideas just for you. Let me show you that right now. So here's the hint. Go to Etsy.com. Type in what it is that you do and see what comes up. Let's try that, okay? So here we go. We're going to pull this up. Here's Etsy.com. Let's shift over to this view. All right. So here I've done a search for health. Okay. So I just put in health. Okay. So I got a Canva done for you 8-week mass building fitness program. We got a workout program. I've got an adult assessment questionnaire. I've got the basics of I've got an emotions bundle here. I got mental health quotes. I've got Instagram templates. I got a medical planner. I've got, can you see how 50 positivity things, anxiety template. Can you see how if you just put in what it is that you do into Etsy and then look at all these and say, number one, what would be valuable to people? Number two, could I quickly do this and turn it into something that I give away in exchange for people giving me their email address? Let's put in something else, okay? How about if we do meditation? Okay, so I get a tapping meditation guide. I'm getting a lot of physical things. That's fine. A meditation workbook, meditation card deck. I've got some more positive affirmation cards, custom made meditation. This is probably some kind of training on chakra healing, guided meditation scripts. See, can you see how there's tons of stuff here? You just put in whatever it is that you do. I do leadership. Okay, let's see what comes up when I do leadership. Okay, leadership. Okay, so hey, there's nursing school notes. I mentioned that earlier before. A leadership self-assessment, an Instagram content post, some things that people can print out and hang on their wall, a program called the Influential Leader. Here's some interview questions, an ultimate leadership bundle that probably has SMART goals and meeting notes templates. Can you see how there's a whole bunch of things here that are very, very specific to the specific things that you do? I encourage you, go to Etsy, type in what you do, see what comes up, and guess what? When you approach it with an open mind, you're going to come up with all kinds of amazing ideas. So the keys to success. Number one, the thing you give away has to be something they really want. And ideally, it's something that meets a real specific need, not just a generic, here's how to lose weight, but you focus in on something specific, something that impresses so that they look at it and they say, man, that's cool. I want that. And something that leads people to the next step. Back to the piece about something impressive. You also want something that when they get it, they go, that's cool. I want to work with this person more in the future. So I've got a couple of questions for you. First one, what have you done that I didn't list in this massive list of 50 different lead magnet ideas? I'd love to see that in the comments. And number two, and probably even more important, what are you going to do? You got a lot of ideas here. What are you going to do to start to build your list? Not just a report, 49 other ideas I just gave you. I look forward to seeing what it is you're going to do and what you have done. Let me know in the comments. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.